It's great to speak with you today, Siva. And today this is going to be a very intriguing, insightful topic on how M2M and Internet of Things can be a boom for supply chain. My first question is, can you define what is M2M and IoT, and how are they relevant to the supply chain industry?
Sure. So M2M, or machine to machine, and IoT, Internet of Things, mean one and the same. It's that earlier M2M was the most prevalent word, and now I think Internet of Things is the right word also. And what IoT or M2M means is a set of technologies that allow things around us to connect, communicate in an intelligent fashion so as to improve their working. Okay, so in a nutshell, it's just a set of technologies that allow the things around us to communicate and provide data to the company or the person using the thing to better manage it. And that's what IoT technology does today. As it relates to logistics, it helps logistics companies to better manage their assets, better utilize them, or in other words, asset transformation, okay? And logistics is a pretty vast industry, right? It's pretty broad. It involves people, third-party logistics providers. It involves trucking companies, large fleets, pallets, cold chain storage, cold chain logistics. It's a vast area comprising many elements. And IoT finds application in all these areas in one form or the other. For example, a fleet company that owns several hundred trucks or several thousand trucks would like to know where their trucks are at any given point of time. But that's just the primitive or the most basic use. But today it is used for a lot more than that. Not only know where the truck is, what is the expected time of arrival? Is it using the right route or the most optimal route? Is the goods carried by the truck in the right temperature? Is the goods carried by the truck has been interfered with, or was there any pilferage? Things like that. So we have taken IoT to a next level where location is just the starting point, but what you do with that location, what is the status of the asset? Because it's not the truck that is important, or I should say it's not the truck that is the only thing important, but what is inside the truck is probably a lot more valuable than the truck itself. Because let's say a truck is loaded with, really life-saving vaccine or medicine or some kind of pharmaceutical stuff, then it's a lot more important to maintain the temperature of the vaccine at the right level rather than knowing where it is. Similarly, an ice cream truck should be maintained at the same temperature throughout the journey, otherwise the ice cream is going to melt. The same thing with meat, produce, fruits, vegetables, whatever, right? So that's the role of M2M and IoT in a nutshell of how it helps the logistics industry. And I can talk more about, but I'll wait for you to ask other questions and then go from there.
How should supply chain professionals respond to this, or what do you have any recommendations for how?
Yes, I do. The way they should look at this is because initially the logistics supply chain industry tend to think of technology as an interference or as a big brother attitude sort of thing. Hey, you're watching me. The drivers look at it as, hey, are you spying on me? Are you checking on me? Things like that. But I think we've gone past that now. The industry should view this technology as a way for them to improve their bottom line, as a way for them to improve their efficiency of operations, and not as an interference point of view, right? Because if they improve how much they can deliver based on better utilizing their trucks, they're going to get more business. And if they are able to provide a temperature report to their customers showing that, hey, we not only transported your temperature sensitive goods from point A to point B, but we also maintained it at the right temperature. And by the way, here is the log showing the temperature of the ice cream inside the truck all the way from Chicago to San Diego, right? that makes the customer feel a lot more confident about the quality of the goods, because there are some goods that are not only perishable, but they lead to health issues if they are not stored at the right temperature, and that's a serious thing, right? So for a beverage company or an ice cream company or a meat company to put their name on the product and sell it to customers stating that it meets the highest quality standards, they need to ensure that the quality was not just maintained from their factory, but before the material got into their factory. Okay? So it is very, very important for them to understand that IoT or M2M technologies can help them achieve that level of quality that they are used to starting from their factory, but until now there was no way that they could ensure the quality before the stuff reached their factory or their warehouse. That's how they should look at it. They should look at it as a way of transforming their business to the next level, and also as a way of improving their top and bottom line. If their quality is good, they're going to get better business, more business. If their quality and operations is more efficient, then they would save cost on their operations. So that's a saving to their bottom line. So IoT helps both top line and bottom line improvement for their business, for the logistics and supply chain business.
And can you provide a brief background of yourself?
Myself, I've been in the wireless industry for almost the last 2.5 decades. I spent about 15, 16 years in the United States working for a company called Qualcomm, where we pioneered the wireless CDMA technology. And after that, I've been in this M2M IoT space for the last 12 plus years. And the company that I run, Nimble Wireless, we focus on M2M IoT solutions specifically for the logistics and cold chain industries, health and pharma, and also for energy monitoring. That's another totally different industry from logistics, but that is another segment that we focus on. So I've been fascinated by M2M and IoT since the early 2000s, when the industry was very nascent, that not a lot of people know what M2M was. And I've always thought that the next wave is not just connecting people, it is going to be connecting things around us, because everything around us is becoming more or less electronic these days. The washing machine or the refrigerator or the air conditioner has a lot more electronics than it had 10 years ago, right? The cars that you drive today have a lot more electronic components than 10 years ago. So the more the electronic components, the more the chances that you could talk to them. And once you talk to them, then there is a way to make them work better. So that's kind of my passion for the last 10 years. And that's why we've been involved in creating products that use wireless technology and the IoT technologies to provide real-time savings for all the customers that we help, and also increase their top line by providing better customer service and quality.
And thanks for sharing today.
Thank you.